Welcome to the Venus weather report today, which is on a Friday. There's a lot going on in the world. Just to let you know that the moon will be at 50% on the 16th of August. This is a void time where you can really feel into the moon energy, getting ready for the new moon coming up. It's in between time, that void, so many energies are very receptive, many consciousnesses are open. So on the 16th it would be a good day to connect, 16th all the way up to the new moon. There's something I've been guided to read to you, which is a part of the chart which we have here that we created for this week's weather report. It's to do with Pluto. Pluto is in the cosmic as well as the tropical, but right now in the cosmic chart, Pluto is at 9 degrees of remembrance, and he's working with the lilac fire dragon for harvest. And this is very much crown energy. Pluto is all about the throat. It's about change and moving forward. So we're going to see a lot of change coming in. Pluto is in retrograde, so he's slowed right down for this energy to really come in. He's been retrograde for a while now, but now he is coming towards the end of this retrograde where the energies get a bit more intense. He's working on the frequency of 111 on the 999, which is transformational remembrance, so asking us again to kind of slow down, take a moment. Now, I was asked to do the chart, which for events normally, this is normally an event chart that we normally do for eclipses and full moons, so that just and new moons and events when things are actually happening. So that tells me there is definitely something happening. We can feel it in the world, we can feel it within ourselves. I can feel it with all the conversations I'm having with myself and with others. And this chart brings us to remembrance, 9 degrees of the Oracle of the Dragon, which is where Pluto is, which is the front of the throat here, your harp. This is a place of speaking your truth and it to be heard with love. So when there's difficult conversations to be had, you'll find that this is very active. And right now it's active on the 111, on the 999. So if you want to invoke the 111 on the 999, I invoke the lilac fire dragon and see what comes to you. So just remember, I invoke the 111 on the 999. I am the lilac fire dragon, and see what comes into you. By using the I am, you are enabling that energy to come towards you and for you to work with it. Remember, it's very much crown energy, but it's fire. There is a lot of fire energy right now. With the fires in France where we are, which is not too far away, with we've had planes going over with water, trying to put them out. There was a place burnt the size of Paris and a little bit over. You've got a lot of change there, a lot of change here. There's so much heat in the air, there's so much heat, which again is very creative. It enables to work outside of ourselves. The fire energy is also clearing. So in Greece, this is in Europe, in Greece, in Spain, Portugal, there are fires everywhere. And when I was working with the dragon energy, they were expressing to me how a lot of karmic energy that's in the land is being cleared within the ley lines, within the dragon paths. And as this clearing goes on, there is a calling for many of us to come to these places to enable the activation that this new energy brings, because it's clearing these energetic pathways, so fifth dimensional energy and above can work. And when all these ley lines and dragon paths, whatever you want to call them, are fully activated, this enables the planet to pulsate on pure love and everything changes. So we can see how the physical side of this is expressing itself. Pluto is change. Right now is working with the lilac fire dragon. That's crown energy, burning away anything else that we don't require. It's transformational energy. And the word that came with it was harvest. So there is a lot of harvest. We may see a lot going on right now, but this is a time for harvest within all this crumble, as they call it. So there's two other points that they show on this specific chart. And the other point was 27 degrees of Aries, again, fire. So Pluto is in Earth, is in the Oracle of the Dragon, you would call that Capricorn. And the next point on this chart is 27 degrees of Aries, where there isn't any specific planet or point right now, but 27 degrees of Aries is 174 on the 999, again, remembrance. And 174 is the collective Earth star. And with Pluto working with it, you can see that there's going to be a lot of change to everybody and everything. So there's big changes coming. We've all been feeling it. Well, this is the time right now. So they were expressing to me that they'd like me to read something, because this 27 degrees in Aries, 174 on the 999, is realization and wholeness. And so I was asked to go and look for this, which is the Oracle Guidebook of Sacred Geometry Activations by Lon. And so we went to realization, and so they want me to read this view, because as I read there'll be activational codes coming through. And when we're thinking of all these dragon paths that are clearing right now for this Christ-like golden energy of pure love to come into them, 5-dimensional and above, because at most sacred sites now it's working with 9th dimensional energy, but the actual ley lines going from point to point are all moving from 3D to 5. So there's a lot of awakening going on within the planet for ourselves, because it's all sentient beings and non-sentient beings that are absorbing this energy. And so this is why this is the change that we feel. And the throat energy center, this is the place where this energy is active within us all. So what I would suggest to anyone out there who has their personal frequency for their throat is to enable that personal frequency by invoking it, or playing the frequency and invoking it, and to find what's happening. But that is the main point of this week, is the void on the 16th of August, where the moon will be at 50%, which is a good time to connect. We're giving you 3 frequencies to connect on. One of them is 111 on the 999, transformational remembrance. This is change. So if you need any help with this, it will also enable you to speak your truth. Then we're going to realization and wholeness, and this is what they want me to read to you. So are you ready? Are you comfortable? The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in the world. Realization happens on many different levels. Internally, we realize something when we become aware of that something as a fact. Externally, we realize something when we achieve or fulfill a dream or a desire. On a spiritual level, we refer to self-realization when we are able to unite body, mind and spirit and soul to step into our fullest, most authentic expression of who we really are. The center of this activation draws us into an infinite inward journey through the layers of our awareness, the presence of the heart, which provides the wisdom and stability needed on this frequently trippy path. The ability and desire to express ourselves and to be realized in the outer world. Water represents the emotional realm, the heart's guidance system, and the orange and yellow stand for expression, creativity and self-awareness. So we're asking you to close your eyes and take a few deep breaths through the nose and then out through the mouth. Do you realize the magnificence of who you are and the scale of what you can create while you are here in the body? This realization or belief that you are an expression of the creative source makes you a powerful manifester. What is that you want to accomplish? Take another deep breath, exhale, and now we'll carry on to the next point. So you can, listen to this again when you play 174 or invoke 174 on the 999 and just say, I am realization, I am wholeness. I am realization, I am wholeness, and see where it takes you to. And of course you can play 174, you can go on YouTube or you can go on Dragon's Eye hub.com onto the orange button, and all the frequencies are there. You just press and play, which will take you to YouTube. It's all for free. Now, the next point on this this event map, or route guide as they like to call it, is 21 degrees of Virgo, which is the healing colours. This is where anyone with 639, this is the energy of 639. This is, if anyone has 639 within their chart, number one, it's the heart collective energy. So you can see that we're also working with the heart and the throat. 174 is the earth star. So you can see that it's all energy that's working in the earth realms within the body. And this lilac fire dragon from the crown is working around to help us bring in harvest. The realization will give you wholeness, working with the 174 on the 999, enabling you to remember that you are a manifester and that you can do a lot of things that you dumb down a lot. So it wants you to step out of yourself, step into yourself actually, which will enable you to step out of the self that you're in right now. So the next point, like I said, is in the realms of Virgo, or as we call it, the healing colours, which is on the frequency of 639, and this is 639 on the 333. This is an expansion phase. So as we talked about, there is remembrance and harvest and realization and wholeness, and now we walk into expansion of the healing colours. So there are colours that we can't quite see yet, but they're coming in. I keep getting little veins of different colours coming in, and I see it clearly in my right eye. So I can understand this if anyone else is starting to feel or see things that they don't quite comprehend, that can maybe be a little scary or takes you out of your comfort zone. So 639 on the 333 will enable this. It's also tangerine, the colour tangerine. So like I said, when we're working within the healing colours, the colour tangerine is where this degree point is at. And it signals expansion to aid you. And it's also asking you to be spontaneous and have a bit of fun, because sometimes we can overthink things and we can get too much into it. And sometimes when we step back, have a bit of fun, you know, being a human being, being human, we can step back, have a little bit of fun, and then we go back to the table, we go back within ourselves, and we may find that things have changed. So just see how you feel about that. But this is the 639 on the 333. The colour tangerine signals expansion to aid you. So if you want that little bit of expansion with the new healing colours coming through to enable you, 639 on the 333. But what this actually does within this chart, from 26 degrees of the Great Gathering, which is Aries, to 21 degrees of Virgo, which is the healing colours, this is 144 degrees. And the constellations in between on this chart, there are 4. It's Taurus, the gateway of Hathor; Gemini, which is its unity consciousness; Cancer, which is the wisdom of the moon, which is why the moon came up, and on the 16th of August the moon will be at 50% going towards a new moon. So it's a good time, because when we go from a full moon to from 100% down to 50, our bodies are getting rid of stuff, our emotional bodies, our physical bodies, our mental bodies, our light bodies, they're all rearranging, ready for the next 6-month cycle of the new moon. So when we get to 50%, this is a time where we can really go into this voided area to really consciously energize all those bodies ready for the next step. So the 16th of August is a very good date to do that. So like I said, there are 4 different constellations that this 144 degrees are working on, which is an angelic frequency. It's working on the earth frequencies for change, and it's coming in through the gateway of Hathor, which is all to do with pyramid technology, which is really live at the moment. It's enabling our DNA, and it's the only place that's still there for remembrance right now that we can physically go to with this pyramid technology is Egypt. And this is awakening all the other pyramid technologies, all the other natural pyramids and the cosmic pyramids that were built here 200,000 ago. They're all their activations that are working and awakening with this beautiful planet. So we will be feeling this. We will maybe start to see etheric pyramids, or working with them, or seeing gold pyramids, or, you know, maybe walking and things come in about all this kind of energy. Well, this is because the angelics are working through the gateway of Hathor. They're working with the sisters of Dendara that worked in an etheric temple above the temple of Dendara, where priestesses would give their lives, their bodies, because this energy needed a carbon vehicle to work through. They didn't become it, they allowed it to work through them. And so what you find is, with this energy, it's really resurfacing and people are hearing the call. Then the next stage is union and unity. That energy is earth energy. The next energy is air energy, which is, it's Gemini, you would call it. We call it it's union. It's coming into union. It's bringing the two, you know, the male, the divine masculine and divine feminine on earth together. This is union. It's an air energy, so it's very quick. Then we get to the wisdom of the moon, you would call Cancer. It's working with air within the water, as we were talking about, within the water, because right now when there's a lot of fire energy, water energy is very important. So I've been playing a lot of whale song, a lot of dolphin song. I did try a little bit of siren and it was too much, you know, it was verging on the water fire. But then we go into Leo, where again the angelics are working with the light codes. So we've got light codes, we've got water, we have got air and union, and we have got the gateway of Hathor and the pyramid technologies. So there's a lot going on planet, and we can feel it, and we can feel this change coming in. So like I said before, the lilac fire dragon and harvest is at work at the moment on the dragon lines, the ley lines. And this is fifth dimensional and above, which is exuding love, that love energy. Then we go to 27 degrees of Aries, which is 174 on the 999, again wanting us to remember, but with fire. And then we have the earth, air, water and fire energies, where the angelics are working on planet. And then we have the 639 on the 333, again the earth energy, which is the healing colours, asking us to be spontaneous and have fun. So on that note, I would like to say, be spontaneous, have fun, and remember. I will do a little write-up and put it below this. Please subscribe, so you'll get, when you subscribe and do the alert, then when this comes through, you will be alerted and it will come straight to you. Thank you for listening. There are a lot of codes coming through as we do these transmissions, and we hope you have a beautiful week. We are wrapping everyone and everything on planet as we always do, but specifically this week, especially with that voided area around the 16th. Know that you are protected, know that you are loved, know that you can walk loud and proud, and to self-realize that actually I am a manifester and I can create. And so this fire energy is burning away all that is not necessary anymore, so you can walk forward and create with this tangerine, to be spontaneous and have fun. So if it feels good and it's an alignment with your heart, do it. Just do it and see what comes in for you. So have an amazing week, and we'll see you next week. So this was the Venus Cosmic Weather Report for the 15th of August 2025. The Council of Three are with us today, so it may feel a bit different today, a bit more ordered, and have a beautiful day. And you are so loved. Thank you.